Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5, Qapla, and I'm so sorry for being late tonight, but I've been spending literally the entire day since 4:30 a.m. this morning Eastern, as well as all of yesterday afternoon, right in through to last night, trying to get the anti-tricker server fixed, since he decided to take a vacation with his wife and said, screw it to all of us. Well, not really, but he did take a vacation. He has some big stuff coming up, so we understand. But I am trying to get this back up and running. Some hard choices had to be made, but I'm happy to report that if things go well, and I understand that is a big if, we might have the best space engineers game we've ever had. So let me say hello to the chat, and of course there's probably not many people here because I'm so late. I will switch over to live chat, and Actor let Yosef know I was still going to be a while, back at 5:30. Yosef Petrick at 5:30 p.m. said, in 75 minutes, thanks, he'll be asleep. Thanks for the update. Have fun without me. And Actor told him good night. I apologized to Yosef at 7 p.m. Said I was going on in a few, I didn't say I was going on, but I was going on in a few minutes. Actor was first. Welcome, Actor. Actor says bird. Cinnabon Bunny says hashtag alpaca moon forever. Azine says hey. John DeMarco says hello all. Josh Street says breaking news. Caroga voted to replace Alpaca Opre 5, formerly known as Bird Opre 5, with Mom Opre 5. And Actor says we are coming. Chris Cook says hello. Welcome, Chris Cook. So, I was hoping the game would be ready to go live tonight. But I think we're going to have to put it off till morning just to do some final testing. But here's the deal, and I'm very, very sorry, but unfortunately, I pulled out all of my IT tricks I could think of. A half of a lifetime easy of IT stuff. Rampant Google searching, and asking our experts, including Cinnabon and Wesley and random people on the internet. And the conclusion just seemed to be that old world that we're playing with anti-tracker on the anti-tracker server yesterday and the day before was just broken on a fundamental level, and it was not going to be fixed. So, and I put in a lot of work. I know we all did. Azine, Carlo, Hector, Epic Beard, Anti-Tracker really wasn't there that much. Thomas Potts, most of Thomas Potts's restaurant, Anti-Tracker does have blueprinted, so we can set that up later. But I'm sure everybody put in a lot of work, but we are just going to have to make this a clean break. I am so sorry. However, it's going to be different than we've had in the past. And let me explain to you our world, our universe here. I am on an Earth-like planet. It's called Caroga. There's the moon. You'll notice it's called Alpaca Moon. I'll get into that. And behind the moon is another Earth-like planet called Turdistan. Now, both Caroga and Turdistan are max-size Earth-like planets, though with different random seeds. So our geography is randomly different, but, you know, we're both Earth-like planets. Yes. Oh, right. The head. Sorry. Thank you, Mama Pray. I forgot. I shouldn't take my head. I should have taken my head off as I was explaining. Okay. So, yeah, there is the moon, and behind that is another planet, Turdistan. So, this is what I did. And I promise you guys, take my word for it, I don't know. First off, the GPS address of this base here, the equivalent base on Turdistan, are going to be public. Okay? Because they are in little safe zones. Now, the safe zones you can drill, but you cannot destroy. You cannot shoot. So you can't put a weapon in here to shoot out at other people. This is basically just, and there's not going to be any, if you try to spawn in the game, you can't spawn in a ship. You have to spawn in a survival kit. So this is the Carogan survival kit. It will spawn you into this safe zone. There's a Turdistan survival kit. It will spawn you on Turdistan way out over there. 1,600 kilometers away. The moon is 800 kilometers away. The moon is right in the middle between Caroga and Turdistan. There are going to be 3 factions, and only 3 factions of which you can join. The Carogans, obviously here. The Turds, obviously on Turdistan. And the 3rd faction are the alpacas, who live on the moon. They are moon alpacas. Cinnabon is head of the alpaca nation. And the alpacas, their job was really to defend the moon from both Caroga and Turdistan. For reasons that Cinnabon can fill in anybody who chooses to become an alpaca later, the moon needs to be protected best you guys can do from the onslaught of Turdistan and Caroga. Now, Turdistan and Caroga may try to get to a specific places on the moon, but our war is not with the alpaca people. Our war is with each other. So if you don't want to be part of the war, you should join the alpaca nation. And, you know, if you want to build something in space or on the other side of the moon, you most likely will not be bothered. But alpacas do have a secret mission that only Cinnabon will know. So if you join the alpacas, you can learn that. Now, there's not going to be, I mean, if you want to change, basically choose your faction well. I don't want to see people changing factions between Turdistan, Caroga. Now, there's really no, I mean, if you just join to try to find out where the other team is, you're only going to come here. So there's really no big point in doing that. This point's already going to be public. But going forward, I don't want to see people changing factions, 2-3 times a day. I saw at least 2 people change their factions twice in the same day. That's not going to happen anymore. And frankly, it will just probably either result you in being put into the alpaca faction or being dropped from the game. So let's show you. So this is the Caroga base. Both the Turdistan and the Caroga base are identical, except Caroga is in red and Turdistan is in blue. Their location is the first ice lake I found. Literally, it took me like a minute to fly over the other planet, spot an ice lake, land, make sure I could see the other Earth and Moon in the night sky, or the daytime sky for that matter, and that's where I put the base. I don't have it remembered, but like I said, they will be public. Obviously, you're going to want to move to a better position once you get in the game. So both sections have a obviously some wind turbines to power the base, a basic assembler, a basic refinery, an H2O2 generator, a survival kit, and a cargo container. The cargo container starts you off with 100 of each of some common elements to give you a decent start. 250 steel plates, and the H2O2 generator is stocked with ice, a number of hydrogen tanks, and a handful of oxygen tanks. And you know what? When we go stop at the moon, I think I will put in a few extra oxygen tanks for the moon people. Now, I also dropped in a standard Earth landing pod. It's not going to disappear, but it's the only landing pod in the game. Do with it what you please, grind it down, or try to build on it. I don't know. It's up to you. But it is here just in case I forgot something critical, though I don't think I really did. So we're going to use our admin powers, which I will not use once the game actually starts, to fly on over to the moon. So hit F8. Actually, we'll fly to Turdistan first. So holding down the Alt key and using the mouse wheel, I can increase the speed. So like literally, I just came down here in the planet and I saw an ice lake. I was like, okay, perfect. I did not study Turdistan. I don't know. I mean, you just have to believe me. But I didn't do any other building on Turdistan. This is what it is. So, like I said, it is basically the identical of Caroga. Simply, it's in blue. Same wind turbines. Basic assembler, a chair, a basic refinery, the H2O2 generator, the survival kit, and I promise the same stuff in the cargo container and the same stuff in the H2O2 generator. You've got a blue safe zone shield, which is a little harder to see on the ice, but it's there, trust me. Same settings for the safe zone, same size of the safe zone, and your own landing pod. Again, just in case I missed anything. So I do recommend that both Turdistan and Caroga, once we land, and you've got to plan what we're going to build, because there are faction limits. The faction limits are twice as big as the last game. I know people might think that might not be enough, but we don't want to overload the server, and it's going to be part of the challenge. It's going to be part of the challenge, is building just enough stuff to try to get to the moon and get to the other planet. Now, whoever gets to the moon, obviously the moon is a much smaller body than the planets. I think it's half or even a third of the diameter of the planets. Now, this location isn't really going to be made public, but obviously you guys could always get to it if you had to. There we go. We'll go through the moon. If you join the faction, which I hope you don't, just to find a location. But suffice to say, it's on the moon. This is the Alpaca faction. There we go. So the Alpaca faction is a little different because it is on the moon. Obviously, wind turbines wouldn't work here, so I replaced them with some batteries and a bunch of solar panels. We dropped down both the moon rover and a slightly modified planet landing pod, so that the moon people have a chance to do things. Now we also have got the chair of the basic refinery, H2O2, the basic assembler, survival kit, and here, let me go ahead and put in some oxygen tanks so that we can, let's see, okay, and hit F6, and that brings the body to where I am. Okay, close enough, close enough. Now I see Cinnabon is actually sitting there in the chair, standing guard. Okay, so and again, this is because I have admin on. If I do Shift F10, I can spawn in. Let's spawn in 10, not 100, 10 oxygen tanks. LMNO, oxygen bottles. Spawn into container. Okay. And again, these are all assigned to nobody. Nobody has ownership of these. So that's all good. So okay, good. So the oxygen containers are automatically sucked into the H2O2 generator. And so we've got, I believe, 10 hydrogen now and probably 15 oxygen. So you know what, let's go ahead and just give them 5 more hydrogen, because, you know, they're starting on the moon. So Alt F10, nope, Shift F10, excuse me. Yes, Shift F10, 5 hydrogen bottles. Spawn in, very good. There we go. Okay, so they've got 15 hydrogen and 15 oxygen bottles. Also, like both Earth and both Caroga and Turdistan are built on ice lakes, and there's ice within their safe zones, and you can drill within the safe zone, so you can always add more ice to get more oxygen or hydrogen if you needed it. Similarly, the moon base is also on ice. There's ice within this dirt somewhere. I believe there's ice. Well, if the ice isn't in here, it's really close. Really close. Okay, well, it looked like it was here, but there's ice nearby, so if anybody needs it, they can put it in the thing. Anyway, so that is going to be the game. So I'm going to head back to Caroga, and then I'm going to start reading comments. I'm going to shut down the server and turn it back on again while I'm reading comments, and we are going to see if the factions and the stuff I built remain. So that will be interesting. And if it does, then things look good. And I'd say tomorrow morning we could probably make everything public and start the game up. I also have not explored this world either. I know you have no way of knowing for sure, but I promise you I had no time to explore it, even if I wanted to. Mamopre can attest. I literally did nothing other today than play with this stuff and just eat for 5 minutes and then go right back to playing this and eat for 5 minutes and then back to this. So there was no time, unfortunately, for exploring, even if I wanted to, but I didn't. Okay, shift space. That brings us back to where we are, and then F6 brings us, teleports us. Perfect. Okay. So. And I am so sorry, people, that I've been letting the chat go, but just, you know, had to get that stuff out. Anti-Trekker says, greetings from the Smoky Mountains. Did you get it working? Well, Anti-Trekker, if you've been watching, you know where we are. Agner, what did you do to Steam, Bird? How did you crash it? Yes, all of Steam was crashed for like an hour or so today. It was in the middle of trying to do all this. I was like, oh no, what did I do now? Thankfully, I did just say, let me check Steam, and sure enough, all of Steam was down. So I went to the site, is it down for everyone or just me? And it confirmed, no, Steam was indeed down for everyone. In fact, that is why I'm streaming so late. I was going to stream about 4 p.m., but Steam was down, and I couldn't get into Space Engineers with Steam down. So I decided with Mama Prey, we would try to do an early dinner instead of a late dinner, and I would stream after dinner. So that's what's happening. Cinnabon, yeah, your jarhead's in the way. Thank you, Mama Prey reminded me. Epic Beard, Caroga World, yuck. John Street says, Anti-Trekker is the real, or you or Mrs. Anti-Trekker saying it since you already got rid of you. Epic Beard says, Turd World smells bad. I suspect it does. That's why I keep my my helmet on when I'm on Turdistan. John DeMarco, when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's alpaca. Mike Richards, shine on, alpaca, shine on, alpaca mode. Epic Beard is Jay, alpacas. Actor says, well, this is a Bird of Prey 5 system. No doubt about it. Actor says, this is more backstory than most Hollywood movies. Actor, you don't even want to... there's so much more backstory to go into, but I'm waiting until we can actually start the game. It's going to be really fun. If this works, it's going to be really fun, and I'm going to give everybody a hint. If you're in Caroga or Turdistan, there is something on the moon you do want to see. Now, I'm not going to tell any fellow Carogans any more about it. I'm not going to tell any Turdistanis any more about it. All I will tell people, no matter which team you're on, Caroga or Turdistan, there you do want to get to the moon. There is a good reason to get to the moon. And the alpacas, whoever decides they want to be an alpaca, Cinnabon can fill you in on the details. I've told no one else, and nor will I tell anyone else, unless Cinnabon decides to leave the game for some reason. Then we'll have to pick a new alpaca leader. So far sounds fun. Epic Beard says thank you. Cinnabon, alpacas never surrender. That is what I'm counting on. Mike Richards is next on HBO, Attack of the Alpaca People. Epic Beard, alpaca life is the life for me. Very cool. Epic says, so does hay grow on the moon? Secret mission, get hay from Earth for the alpacas. Cinnabon says, alpacas want alpaca moon for alpacas. Well, if you guys want to build a wall around the moon, that's fine. Yosef says, oh, you woke me up, going back to sleep. We'll watch in the morning. Oh, Yosef, sorry for waking you, but thanks for keeping the stream on. Have a good night. Epic Beard, Bird is cheating with admin powers. Confirmed, Bird is cheating. Actor says, wait, turds were green, or have you forgot, bird? Turds were green? I thought turds were blue. Oh, turds were green? Son of a bitch. Now turds are blue. Ah. I thought, Mama Prey thought. No, I think you're right. They were green. Son of a bitch. We can fix it. I can go repaint it if I need to. Yeah, I guess I do have to. So that means the alpaca shield color has to change. Cinnabon, if you're here, pick a color other than red or green. Hopefully it's blue. Mark Andy says the wind turbine is the natural enemy of the birds and all birds. Cinnabon, we will defend the moon until the last alpaca. Mark Andy says Ewoks are just bipedal alpacas they have found on all moons. Mike Richards, it's a long trip, alpaca lunch. Alpaca lunch. Oh, I get it. I get it. John DeMarco says alpaca faction, or alpaction for short. Actor says Mark Andy, wait, Ewoks are carnivores. What are you implying? Josh Street says Cinnabon, the supreme alpaca, the butcher of Carogans and Turdistans. Epic Beard says I heard alpacas eat birds. Mark Andy says alpacas are devious, Hector. Actor says or spit them out of the air. Josh says it's gonna be funny if only bird and anti-tracker in Caroga and Turdistan. Cinnabon, we are a peaceful nation that loves explosions. Mark Andy says, ice, ice, baby. Ice, ice. Hector says, oh no, there goes the internets again. Hector says, tomorrow I already did the work for Monday. Well, that's good. Hector says, what are nerds supposed to do on Saturday nights? Well, we're here. We're here. John DeMarco says the same thing we do every night, Hector, yes. Josh Street says, bird, then why is everything 5K of your base? Why is everything in 5K of your base? I don't know what you mean by that. 5K of my base. Well, what do you mean by everything? There's nothing here. The only thing here is this ship I built temporarily that I'm sure you guys want to see me crash. But just this is a, like I said, this is a temporary ship. It's not going to be in the game. I'm going to delete it, assuming I don't crash it tonight. But this is the SOB Impulse beta. This is to test the Impulse engines. It's got 3 batteries and 2 small reactors. Now, granted, there is no uranium on Earth, so this is not something you could build immediately. You would have to find uranium to get this far, and platinum, I believe, to build thruster components. But let's see. Put that in. Switch lock. Let's see. Okay, it is flying. One gyroscope seems more than enough. Also I do have to figure out which speed mod Anti-Trekker was using. Because on the old game you could go up to 3,200 or 32,000 meters per second. This one is just the 300 meters per second. That was on the old game. So we will need to figure that one out before it goes live. And Hector, I am sorry, but the colorful icons, they're not on. There was some concern they were causing a bug, an error, so I just deleted it. I did like it, I really did, But until I'm sure we get this working, I don't want to put them back in. Once we know it's working, we can do a backup, and then we can put them in, and if it breaks, then we can always just go to the backup. Mark Andy says, so Bird is going to start playing while Anti-Tracker is church life, and then church, no cheating there at all. No, I'm not going to start. I'm not going to start the game until we can all start it, or at least, have a couple of people around. What I will do, what I plan to do, if all goes well, is I will stream like a 15-minute or a 20-minute stream with the essentials of what you need to know to play. And then at the end of the stream, I will give out the password for the game. And in the message of the day, I will tell people they need to watch that stream to get the... well, they'll know the password at that point. But they need to watch that stream so they know the rules. And that if they do not obey the rules, they will get kicked from the game. Oh, well, if Anti-Trigger's not back to do the church thing, that's fine. I will stream at some point tomorrow. Assuming this works. Yes, remember to restart the server. You know what, Hector? You're right. So I'm going to go do that now. So obviously, it's not something you can watch me do, but I'm switching to go to Anti-Tracker's server, on which I have remote controlled into. Okay, so I am stopping. Okay, so there's 2 players. Who are the players in there? Okay, me and Cinnabon are connected right now. So I am stopping it. Yes, I'm sure I want to stop the server. And it is stopped, which means in a minute or 2, you should see the game. Yes, it says pause. And then it will go to the password screen. I have to restart the server. I'll restart the server in a few minutes. Let me read a few more comments. Epic Beard says alpacas try to take over the world, same as every night. Mark Andy, Polite Beard, Narf. Vile Mike says, howdy folks, welcome Vile. Actor says, Bird, you're skipping comments, put live chat. I'm sorry, I do have live chat. Which ones did I miss? Epic says, suspense is killing me, I want to know tonight. Well, we'll know if once the server restarts, if the 3 factions are still there, Caroga, Alpaca, and Turdistan, things are good. If the 3 factions are not there, things are bad. Things are bad. Mark Andy says, if your turd is blue, see a doctor. Well, if your turd is green, well, I guess people do have green turds because of bile. Cinnabon, we will never allow your species to appropriate our color. Oh, it looks like the alpacas don't want to give up green. Wesley, Bird of Prey, I love everyone's jokes, trolling all night long. Epic, I thought restarting the server during comments. I thought he was restarting the server during comments. Hashtag fake news. Actor, no speed mod, please. Bird of Prey, actor. It's really Anti-Trekker's call. I can see. Listen, I would be okay because there are no Stargates. There are no Stargates in this version. So I could be okay with like the 300 meter per second speed mod, but it would take way too long to get to the moon, I think, at 100 meters per second. Someone needs to write down the alpaca joke, says Wesley. Actor, I don't care for the other mod. But speed mod, ship travel, very dangerous, normal engines. Well, there's the other thing. You really don't want to use normal engines because, because they take up a lot of PCU. Wesley says, Cinnabon, what's the IP for the server again? Well, Wes, you're not going to be able to get in because it's private for now. I will talk to you at some point, but there's no playing going on the server. It is just testing. Mike Richards says, Wesley put them into a book, 1001 Alpaca Jokes. Edgar says, or 1001 Alpaca Nights. Anti-Trigger says, Bird of Prey, on the desktop of the server, there should be a Word file with the speed mod and other mods in it. Okay, thank you, Anti-Tracker. A Word file. Admins and mods for space engineers. Oh, well, that is handy. Let's see if it actually opens. Doesn't seem. Does Word take a long time to open on your computer? It seems like it does. Also, Anti-Tracker, I installed 7-zip and a program called Notepad 2. Not that Notepad 2 will bother you because it's just a portable install. And I know nobody else is going to use it. Okay, so, but which mod is which? Which mod is which? Well, I guess I can see which mods I have already. Okay. Well, I can remove this one. And Anti-Trigger, I put in like those Star Trek mods, like the LCD images and stuff, L-cars and stuff too, because I had them already. Is that something that you want? I don't know. Oh shit, that was colorful icons. Oh well. Oh well. 7813. We'll hope that one does it okay. Okay, there's the speed mod 1584. Ultimate warp cores 12903. Impulse drive. Okay, 172. This one is not on there. What was this one? Let's add it. Directed energy weapons. Did I forget directed energy weapons? Star Trek, L-cars, defense shields, animated. I did. I forgot directed energy weapons. Huh. Well, that's a good thing. That is a good thing. 1365. 1365. That should be, yes, that's defense shields. Okay, cool. So, what we will do is we will now restart the server. I will restart the server. We're going to keep our fingers crossed. And we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. I don't see any comments. I skipped. Okay, so we're back to John DeMarco. Is it normal to get the message no response from server several times? Well, I just restarted it, but you're not going to be able to connect because the password has been changed and I'm not releasing it. And luckily you can't see what it is as I type it in. Sassy was watching. Actors' ship have jump engines. Well, my ships don't. Okay, so yes, I wasn't in a cryopod, so it's going to ask me to spawn in. So you can spawn to the Caroga survival kit. You can spawn to the Turdistan survival kit. I don't know what one this is. Unless I forgot to shut one off somewhere. That's weird. The Moon survival kit, which is for the alpacas. And okay, I gotta spawn to this one because I don't know what this one is. Oh, did I forget to shut off? Did I forget to shut off? I could have sworn I shut this off. Okay, what I did was turn these off at Turdistan and on the Moon, so that the only spawn location for the faction was here. Now, of course, once you guys start the faction, if you want to turn these back on for some reason, you can. I would just suggest you rename them to something like Carogan, so people know that they are spawning in Caroga or Turdistan or the Moon. Okay, so here's the moment. Factions. Holy Carogan Empire. Son of a bitch. God damn it. The alpacas and the Turdistanis are gone. All this work, and we are right back where we started. Although the game is running much better, but still. Oh, man. Isn't that... Not completely, just mostly. Mostly wasted. I don't know what's going on. Edgar, come on, that's not a reason. John DeMarco, it's normal for me. Chris M. Collecting, why are there safe zones again? So that people can always spawn in for a specific faction. Now, the safe zones aren't big enough to build a base, nor, you know, these are just here just so that people can spawn in. Okay, once in, expected to go build a base somewhere else on the planet or even outside the planet. But this is just going to be their starting location. God forbid everything, they get attacked, they can always restart here. That's the thought. Agri says because bird. Vile Mike says howdy folks, re-downloading Space Engineers now after releasing my PC and reinstalling all my programs all day. Anti-Trigger says no problem, I trust you. Thank you, Anti-Tracker. Agnes says there are small, Chris M, and only in the starter area, yes. Mike Richards says Anti-Tracker is lurking, beware. Chrono says Qapla, Bird of Prey, Mob of Prey, Minions of Prey, and Sassy of Prey. What did I miss? Well, not much, Chronos. Apparently, everything I did was for naught. Actress is not supposed to be the main base location, supposedly. Kronos says, oh, any crashes? You know what? Actually, Kronos, let us see. Now, did this revert to nobody, or do I still own it? I do still own it. So that is an improvement, because previously... What the hell is that? It's V. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. Can we go through a safe zone? We should be able to. Yes. Okay, and there was no damage either, because we were in the safe zone. So that's good. Okay. Let's see. How long would it take to get to the moon? How long would it take to get to the moon? Well, I'm not going to hold that down. So we will do thrust override. Block group forward thrusters. G groups, forward thrusters, increase thrust override, decrease thrust override. So at 300 meters per second, let's see how long it takes to get to the moon. There we go. We're at maximum thrust override. We'll see what happens. You got 3 hours of power. Oh, that's more than enough. Vile might guess the big laser guns. Surf Trictronics says Bird no streaming during college football. Please restart stream tomorrow. Thanks. I am sorry, Surf Trictronics. John DeMarco says he actually flew for a few seconds without crashing. Chris M. Collecting says Ector, then what's the purpose of them even being there? Agner says why not try it if the server is stable without all the mods first? This isn't a mod issue. I don't know how to explain it. But it's not a mod issue. Chrono says no crashes and Bird flew. Inconceivable. Wow, we're already in space. Look at all these asteroids. I wonder what amazing riches we are passing up. We could put... Oh, and I lost the alpaca GPS. Damn it. So I didn't lose all the GPS, but I lost the GPS. Huh. Something is amiss. I think it's a torch. I think it's a torch bug. At this rate, we'll probably smash into a frickin' asteroid. I just don't have any idea. Okay, well, when we get 800 meters away from Turdistan, we're basically... Whoa, that was a close one. That was a close one. 800 meters away from Turdistan is the ballpark distance of the moon, because Turdistan is 1,600 kilometers away from Earth. So, yeah. And the moon is halfway in between. Mike Richards is Hail Mighty Kronos. Actors is the Chris M. Collecting. He has no idea. Kronos is no crashes and birds flew. Inconceivable. File Mike says if I get space engineers to work on my computer again, I can get my VSS reviled back. No. I mean, you can if you rebuilt it. If you use a projector block, presumably if you have the blueprint, you can use the projector block. And okay, now we need to shut off thrust override, and hopefully we slow down in time. Ah, damn it. 500 meters per second. Will we make it? Stop! What? How did that happen? How did I fall under the moon? I can't. I'm trapped under the moon. I can't get out. I had to drill up. I had to drill up through the moon. Well, so much for the SOB impulse. I have no idea where the alpaca base is on the moon. Oh, actually, I did. I saved it to locally GPS. There we go. Okay. Okay, GPS. New from clipboard. There we go. T-Berg, but T-Berg, you don't know the password. T-Berg, please, nobody should be connecting right now except me and Cinnabon, just because he was the one who was around when I needed help. So right now it's me and Cinnabon. We're doing testing. We're not building anything. We're not exploring. We're not going to use any of this. What happens once the game actually starts, if the game ever starts. At this point, I don't even know. Alpaca is on the other side of the moon, so it's going to take me a few minutes to get over there. I should just use, you know what, this is stupid. Let's use our admin powers.
Fuel critical.
Where? Where's the moon base? It's not showing me any GPS. Oh, I've got to exit the game. When this happens, the game bugs out. That sucks. That's why I hate using the admin stuff. Half the time it bugs out my game. Locally. Cinnabon says the Alpaca Council believes Vile shall design our flagship. New password is CVT3. No, Hector, you're not going to guess the password. It's a guess password time. Bird is evil. It's password. Chris M. Collecting says password is alpaca. I bet no. Vile says password is secret. Hector says the Alpaca Council. Vile says, the password is the same thing an idiot would have on his luggage. Those are all great answers. I mean, I did think of all of them. Hector wants to look at the Alpaca Constitution. Chrono says, son of an alpaca. Cinnabon, all documents are eaten. Agnes is a new server, same as the old. Yeah. Admiral Saval, Auntie's gonna wring your neck, bird of prey. Multi-Gunman says, I don't know what's going on. Bird of Prey 5. Agnes says, it's big enough for a base, I assure you. Epic says, wait, anti-trigger trusting bird, that is like it's snowing in hell. Chrono says, 4 naught, grabs popcorn. Wesley, Bird of Prey, does anyone want to play on the old rented server? We still have 2 weeks left. Yes, Cinnabon went ahead and made it, I believe, or maybe you were involved too, Wes, I don't know. Cinnabon was the one who told me that made it as close to the anti-tracker server as possible. I wish I could have been playing on that all day today, but I was really trying to help get this game going. And I thought I was making real headway, but no. I mean, it did. I got something up and running, but I would not suggest anyone start this game if we can't figure out why the factions keep disappearing.
Fuel critical.
There we go. Okay, so where is the alpaca? There we go. Alpaca moon. Okay. We're flying through the moon. Don't mind us. It's the shortest. The shortest distance is a straight line. It's not our fault. Okay, we slow down. Go through one more mountain. 2 more mountains. There we go. There we go. Okay. Shift in space. And F6. What the hell is that? Oh, it's another faction. Huh. They're pretty close. They are pretty close. They're pretty close to the moon base. Well, that was accidental. It's one of the NPC factions. Well, it's still here. I'll be right back, people. Here, listen to some commercials.
Has Wayne Newton split with his wife and hit the jackpot with his new romance? Inquiring minds want to know.
I want to know.
Can you lose weight by switching from celery to sweets? This week's National Enquirer tells you. How can you put office troublemakers in their place? What curse of death and disaster haunts the Super Bowl?
It's in the Enquirer.
What bizarre surprises popped up on Caroline's wacky honeymoon? Find out in the Enquirer. Over 100 features for people with inquiring minds.
Like me.
Your cat is your friend and he depends on you to take good care of him. Purina Cat Chow. Purina Cat Chow. You can depend on Purina Cat Chow. Purina Cat Chow. Chow chow chow.
He depends on me for loving care, and I depend on Purina Cat Chow to give him great taste and nutrition.
Purina Cat Chow. You can depend on Purina Cat Chow. Purina Cat Chow. Chow chow chow.
Tastes just 1 calorie. Tap Cola. What a beautiful drink. Tap Cola. For beautiful people. Tap Cola. It's beautiful to be so good and sugar-free. Tap.
If we lived in a world where all women were the same, they'd need only 1 shampoo. Clairol introduces 7 shampoos for the real world, where all women are different. Clairol Essence Shampoos, each with its own natural botanical. Aloe Essence for extra body. Chamomile Essence for beautiful highlights. Ginseng Essence for conditioning. 7 Clairol Essence Shampoos that make your difference beautiful. Clairol Essence Shampoos.
Okay. So I just thought of something. Let's see. Yeah, it did. It did. Also, besides the factions disappearing, so did my customized toolbar on this one. Or this one, I added all the things I needed for building the ship I crashed. So the impulse drives, so that was all there. What I'm realizing is the only stuff remaining, faction-wise, are the factions I set up before I transferred the game from Space Engineers directly into Torch. And it seems like Torch is forgetting everything. Excuse me. It seems like Torch is not remembering all the changes made to factions and character customizations. Hi, Cinnabon. That's what I'm going to have to work on tonight and tomorrow morning.
Energy low.
T-Bird crosses arm, glares ferociously. Mike Richards is the spawn without getting shot 100 times. Agnes is another bird of prey. The universe will implode. T-Berg off to Cineworld. John DeMarco says he's having an out-of-bird experience. Vile Mike says Wesley Crush, I will try to log on that server when Space Engineers is finished installing. Bruno says, yeah, having Bird look at Bird was very troubling. Agnes says he left his clone standing in the ice, cold. Kronos says no mirrors even. Epic Beard, the universe cannot take 2 birds. You can't kill me in the safe zone, Cinnabon. Plus I'm indestructible right now. Anti-Trigger says, tomorrow when I get home, if you want, we can do a full reinstall of Windows if you think that will help. I don't. I really don't think that would help. Agnes says, oh, the server has Windows. That's the problem there. Smug face. Vile Mike, Cinnabon Bunny, why me design it? Cinnabon says, why not? Vile says, I'm still a noob compared to you. Wesley says, I think I will play again. How many players on each side? Epic says, start slowing now, or, And the Trigger says, I tried vanilla install, same issue. Vanilla install, same issue. Wesley, Bird of Prey, who the hell wastes their time with the foosball? Surf Trektronics was the one saying not to play, not to stream. Actor says, were all the config files scrubbed? I think so. Chronos, Bird of Prey, you shouldn't be streaming while piloting. Epic Beer, too late. Chronos, lol. Epic warned you. Yeah, well, I slowed down eventually. John DeMarco, nice landing, Bird. Oh, we got Anti-Tracker calling in. Hello, Anti-Tracker.
Hey, Glenn.
You're on.
If I'm on speakerphone, hey guys.
Yes.
I thought of something from what you were saying just a couple minutes ago. I think I might have an idea of what could be causing this. It sounds like, and I remember that too, that when you build the universe in Space Engineering to bring it over, anything you created beforehand is still there, but anything else is gone except for the block.
Right.
And so, what I was thinking is it possible that, because I know it's not that Torch is, I'm trying to think of the right way to put it. When I talked to the guys with Torch, I don't think that, like what you were saying, that Torch is forgetting the information. I think that Torch might be looking in the wrong place.
Right.
What if we put, and right now it's the C drive is full, but what if we clear the C drive, put both Space Engineers and Torch on C? And that could be the cause of the problem because they're currently on different drives.
It could be. When you made your world, did you create a new world directly in Torch?
I tried that as well. That never worked.
Oh, because I was thinking that would be the next thing to do.
You know, when you create the world in Torch, it's just, does the basic same thing the Space Engineers does. However, that problem still exists because if you create a faction, any kind of faction or GPS information is just gone when you reset. And so, because keep in mind that the Torch is just an overlay for the Space Engineers command line.
Gotcha.
And so, but if it's missing some vital piece of information, it's not telling Space Engineers the right information.
That makes sense. I mean, it's worth trying. The only thing is that we didn't seem to have that issue for the first week or two, whatever, when we were playing.
I know. I don't know what caused it, and it could be something to do with one of the more recent patches of either Space Engineers or Torch.
Yeah, that's true.
So if somebody did a patch where now Torch is looking in the wrong place because either a Space Engineers patch moved the location or a Torch patch changed where it's looking, that could have caused that.
So you have Space Engineers installed on the C drive?
No, yeah, I think Space Engineers is on C and Torch is on E. So I'm thinking, like, if we put, but I'd have to verify that. If you go into the Steam client, you should be able to verify where its saved games are.
Let me try.
But if Space Engineers on C and Torch is on E, I would say we wipe out Torch completely, put Torch on C if there's enough room. But then we create, I think you can set, I'm hoping you can set the directory where Torch saves its autosave files, and we put that on the E drive, because there won't be much room on the C drive.
You really can't set Torch.
Okay,
Torch just puts it all in its own directory, wherever it's installed.
The amount of saved files it'll keep per something.
Yeah, I mean, you had it at like some crazy number, like 400 or something.
I had it like 200 because it was saving every 5 minutes. I wanted to make sure that the whole dates were.
Yeah. I dropped that down to like 50 just because that was, seemed crazy.
Once we get it stable, we'll be able to reduce the save for like, this couple. Because it won't really matter if it's stable. Because then only something weird happening will cause it to go down. Anyway, I know I'm probably, I can't see the chat or anything, but hey guys, I'm literally leaning out of a hot tub talking to you right now. And so I am going to get back to that because as much as I love talking to you, the other person in the hot tub is way hotter than any of you guys. So,
understood.
Good one, and we will talk tomorrow.
Okay, take care, Anti-Tracker. Hey, are you going to be back in the morning or no?
No, there won't be a morning stream tomorrow because we will be on the road. So, but I'm going to do a stream probably tomorrow afternoon just to kind of apologize for that and say, hey, thanks for putting up with me kind of thing.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, talk to you later.
Take care. Bye. There you go. It was straight from Anti-Tracker. He was saying that he needed his water wings to swim in the hot tub. I know it didn't sound like that. It was a little muffled, but trust me, that's what he said. So we're going to Space Engineers Properties, Local Files, and of course not. It's installed on the E drive. It is not installed on the C drive, although files, the saved game files of Space Engineers do save on the C drive. Huh. Now I don't think that's going to do anything. I really don't. Let me get back to the game. Okay. Thundercats says, at least you didn't crash. Oh, Kronos is Jaya crash. Actor says, because you're going 6,000 meters per second in game made for 100 meters per second. Thundercats Ho says, at least you didn't crash. Actor says he vaporized. That counts as a crash. Cinnabon is lolling. B. Cluette, welcome B, says, wow, the moon is hollow after all. It is.
Fuel critical.
Multi-Gunman, I'm trapped under the moon. How did I get trapped in the moon? Ladies and gentlemen, don't do drugs. Wesley is laughing. T-Bergs is just testing your password, choosing integrity. Kronos is cheating. Epic says Bird is cheating again. Multi-Gunman says cheating is the national sport of Caroga. Actor says word not in the user dictionary, T-Bird. Kronos says Bird can't even cheat correctly. Mike Richards, when the moon hits a bird like a big smelly turd, that's alpaca. Wow. T-Berg says, tried all those. T-Berg, son of a bitch. Aaron Matthews says, hey Bird, don't even bother T-Berg. I mean, if you want to, you can, but you will not get it. Wesley says, Cinnabon Bunny, how many factions are there going to be? Cinnabon, not that server Bird. Ah. Okay, so there's supposed to be 3 factions. The Turdistanis, the Carogans, and the Alpacas. who are the people who don't want to be Turdistani or Carogans. Kronos, the dark side of the alpaca. Wesley wants to design a flagship. Alexander Brooks says, hey guys, sup? Welcome, Alexander. We're just talking about our space engineers issues. Kronos, that reminded me of the phase cloak. Yes. Aaron Matthews said, what 3 factions? I just said what they were. Cinnabon doesn't care who designs the flagship. Multi-Gunman says the world needs more Bird of Prey 5 City Skylines live streams. Thank you, Multi-Gunman. Cinnabon, we must defend the moon. Epic Bird is cheating, going through mountains, should be crashing like real life. Kronos says yay, 80 stuff. Alexander says Bird's got a proof he's making an anti-tracker. No, just a Jaloja. Cinnabon says we will subjugate them. All of those cats are dead now, says Aaron Matthew. Wesley, I didn't mean it would be on right now. I'm still at work. Cinnabon, I know you can't get on right now. Aaron Matthews says Tab is dead now too. Aw, yeah. Actresses they did the ice challenge. Wesley says I want to design a flagship. Which side should I join? Caroga could always use a good flagship, although there's a lot of good builders. I mean, everybody. Yeah, join Caroga. Sure, you can build the flagship. Vile Mike says, damn it now, I want a Tab. Alexander Brooks, I'm drinking Tab right now. Eric Beard, Tab, that is really in the 80s. Kronos, I'll take a Tab. You could have a Tab unless you order something. Mom O'Prey is saying her mother drank Tab. Mom O'Prey hated Tab. Actors' Bird has like 100 tabs right now. Actually, I do have like 100 browser tabs open, yes. Alexander Brooks says, no, you can still buy Tab. Chris M, Chris M Collecting says, damn it, I want Clariol. What was the name? Clariol shampoo? Alexander Brooks says, I have a Tab right now. The Multi-Gun Band says, you have a Tab or a tip? What? Alexander says, Safeway sells it in Oregon and Fred Meyers. Multi-Gun Band says, because the other one would be better. Erin Matthews is in that commercial. She was rubbing the Claire's essence into her hair. Actor says, what's happening on the server? Early setting Alzheimer's. Yeah. Epic says, yep, Torch seems to be the issue. Kronos, damn Alzheimer's. Vile Mike, what is Torch? Torch is the software that runs the Space Engineers server. Aaron Matthews says, it's so dark, Bird of Prey. Vile Mike, the universe can't take 2 birds, just 1 stone. Oh, can take 2 birds, just need 1 stone. Yes, you kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I get it. Alright, Matthew, come and eat chicken with me. Beautiful, it's so dark. Random crazy man in the street. Kronos is saying, God, oh pray. Where's God, oh pray? Epic Beard says Torch is part of what is running the server. Aaron Matthew, dang bugginess. Mike Richards says, Vile Mike, I saw what you did there. Vile is not familiar with Torch. Kronos says, Bird of Prey, you did slow down rather suddenly, yes. I thought I was going to make it. We were so close. Alexander says, hey to Andy Tracker. Andy Tracker. Vile Mike, thank you, Mike Richards. And Alexander says, Anti-Tracker. Kronos says, that's Anti-Tracker, doesn't sound like him. Well, what do you think? I was faking him? Actor says, sounds like Anti-Tracker's in a barrel filled with muck. Aaron Matthews says, the disembodied voice of Anti-Tracker is speaking to us like a terrifying god thing all should fear. Well, he was in a hot tub with Mrs. Anti-Tracker. So he was calling us from a hot tub. That's what he sounds like in a hot tub. The multi-gunman says, do you see what happens when you use a Turdistani computer technology? Nothing but constant problems. Speaking of a hot tub, didn't he say he was going out to enjoy the woods? So he's in a hot tub tonight. Yesterday I get pictures from a goddamn wax museum. This does not sound like the woods to me. Alexander says his YouTube voice is much better. Bio Mike says Mike Richards for seeing what I did there. Lol. Mike Richards says Bio Mike, I subscribed for a day or two ago. Well, that's cool because Bio's got a video coming out tomorrow if it's still on time. Andrew says that's hardly terrifying. More like A, I can't hear you clearly. Chronos says 2 soup cans and a string. Bio thanks Mike Richards for subscribing. Actor says at least Anti-Trigger sounds better than Vile Mike in his videos. Well, Vile Mike sounds fine. Epic says, is this a cell commercial by Verizon to make AT&T people switch? Can you hear me now? Aaron Matthews says, I hate when my patches misplace things too. Hillbilly G4 says Chronos. Mike Richards is laughing. Wesley says vertebrae, that's Anti-Trigger. Wow, sounds like a different person. Vile Mike says, I'll be putting up the next video up tomorrow. It's unpolished because I had to install Windows and a lot of other stuff today. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Agner says it was a joke, but as a stranger I really would like to understand Vile Child better. Epic Beard Hot Tub, jealous. Actor says hot tub or mud pit. Vile says, well, if I get more subs and maybe some ad revenue, I can get a better microphone. We literally use a $3 microphone. Resolute Germ Qapla, all what have I missed? Well, Anti-Trigger called in from a hot tub and the server that I worked 24 hours straight, not 24 hours, but a long time on appears to be just as broken as it was before. Aaron Matthews says, sorry if I'm seeming a little more zany than usual. I am in the hospital with my daughter. We have been here over 24 hours, waiting to see if she needs emergency surgery. Oh, Aaron, I am so sorry. Very, very sorry to hear that. I hope she's okay, obviously. Please let us know. Actor says, I think a $10 mic is much better. Kronos says, Resolute Germ, you did miss a crash. Epic Beard, what is that floating? Never mind, he's in Turdistan, remember. Mike Richards says, this call sounds like ham radio. Vile Mike plus Actor, you are at a disadvantage because you are a damn foreigner. Lol. John DeMarco's and Matthew, hope your daughter's alright. Yeah. Wesley Bird of Prey, what did he say? He said that he's not streaming in the morning, but he's going to stream tomorrow afternoon.
No energy.
Aaron Matthew, just realized my comments might be coming off odd. Honestly, Aaron, I didn't notice anything particularly odd. Resolute, that's okay, Kronos, there's more to come. And Aaron, thanks, people. Kronos says, Aaron, we hope things work out too. Damn, sorry to hear that. Files says, Aaron, I hope everything goes well. Daughters are special. Yes. Mike Richards says, Aaron, hope and prayers. Hector is asking if it's appendicitis. Aaron Matthews says, yeah, it's been a long couple days. It's the hardest on her because she is 2. Oh, man. How old was Jason? Yeah, my cousin was 4 when he had appendicitis. Not good. I mean, he turned out fine. Don't get me wrong. Everything's fine now, but it was not good to live through, huh? Yeah, he comes. That's Dibs, my cousin Dibs, and when he does his gaming streams and when he comes on my stream, that's Dibs. He had appendicitis. when he was 4. I was really hit me hard. In fact, his appendix ended up bursting because the doctor misdiagnosed it at first. Crow says, Aaron Matthew, at the very least, I hope this helps time to go. Aaron Matthew, at the very least, I hope this helps the time go faster. Perhaps a laugh. I hope so too. Aaron Matthew says, without giving too much info, she ate something she wasn't supposed to. Well. Not appendicitis. Epic Beard says, would you believe Caroga put a man on the moon? Nope, fake news, says Epic. Vile Mike says, thick, I mean I'm only on the phone and I have fat fingers. T-Berg, so I was the first and last person at Potts Mountaintop Restaurant. Yeah. T-Berg, fun with flagships. Wesley, Bird of Prey, I'm going to make a flagship that looks like an alpaca and a Jeep had a baby. Wes, please don't. Krona says, Wesley, wow, just wow. Chris M, no, I'm not going to have her buy a case of Tab. Mike Richards says, Wesley, ew, Cinnabon, the mighty alpacas will crush any ship built by Wesley for Caroga. Agnes says it would be looking much like Mecha Trojan Alpaca. Wesley. T-Berg says, I had the stone ready to drop last night. Kronos says, Bird of Prey, I was typing God o' Prey in regards to your admin powers. Agnes says, wilderness for anti-trigger seems equal to spotty Wi-Fi. Kronos says, hot tubs can be in or around the woods. Yeah, I guess, but it's not the same. Wesley says, Bird of Prey will die from the Alpaca Jeep death ship. All will die from the Alpaca Jeep death ship. We don't want all, just the Turdistanis. Actor says, will it have a guzzling V8? A gas guzzling V8. We want a V12. Vile Mike, Captain Mike. Vile Mike says, thank you to Chris. Mr. Miles. Welcome, Mr. Miles. Vile, look up a mic called the Neewer NW7000. It's UNB and sounds close to a Yeti in terms of quality, but a fraction of the price. You can get one with a stand for around $30. Actor says that's a nice deal. Vile will look into that. Mr. Miles says when he was looking up mics, it was the best he could find for quality for to price ratio, at least the best I could find. And he says you can find YouTube people using the mic to get a clear example of how it sounds. And he says, and ugh, I have to play Star Trek Online today. Ugh. Why do you have to? T-Berg says, Al Packin's Tasty Beagle. No. Mr. Miles says, I'm doing it for editing reasons. Ms. Miles says, Bird of Prey, get a steam engine cheap. Vile Mike says, why do you have to play STL? Well, he just said he's doing it for editing reasons. He needs to get some Starship footage, probably, for editing. So he's got to play the game so he can get to fly his ship.
No energy.
Well, guys, I'm going to get back to trying to fix this game for a little bit, and then I'm going to go to sleep. And then tomorrow I've got to do some work in the morning. And then I will try to get back to trying to fix this again. I was hoping this would have worked better, but no, I'm not going to start the game until the game is stable. So please play on Cinnabon or Wesley's server for now. And we will get something going as soon as possible. Aaron Matthew just sent you a pic on Twitter if you want. Let me see. I don't have a way of bringing it up in the game. And that's probably going to crash. Let's see. Notifications. Aaron Matthew sent a picture of. Oh, they've got like a playpen in the hospital, in the emergency room. I guess that's what they do for kids in quality hospitals. Instead of a hospital bed, it's a crib. It's a crib. Okay. Well, what's the difference between a crib and a playpen?
Playpens are lower, they're on the floor.
Fine. A crib. Either way, it's got bars, and you can't get out. You can't get out easily. I mean, her head is over the top of the bars.
She's adorable.
Yes, she is adorable. Okay. Not keeping kids in cages, mind you, just for their own safety. Chronos asks if Mama Prey has any tails tonight. I don't think so. Mama Prey's actually eating right now.
I'm sorry, Evan.
Yeah, she's sorry. Chris M says, what's the difference between a crib and a prison cell? Aaron Matthews says hi to Mama Prey. She's waving. Let's see. See if I can think of something. My brain's been on space engineers all day. Let's see. Oh, uh-oh.
Oh.
What the hell happened? Oh,
More than half of the continental United States should be able to see the northern lights.
so Mama Prey is saying the northern half of the continental United States should be able to see the, I see Cinnabon is playing with the different, safe zone, patterns. In fact, I chose Aurora for the moon. So Mama Prey is saying that the northern half of the continental United States should be able to see the northern lights, the Aurora Borealis tonight. This weekend, last night, tonight, and tomorrow night. New York would be able to see it if it wasn't for all our incredible light pollution. Of course, we have Cinnabon putting on a light show for us, so it's almost as good. Kronos says no worries. He loves asking. Aaron imagines a crib is more comfortable than a prison cell. Agner says we are entering a dimension of unknown dimension. Don't touch your TV controls. Kronos says, wow, really? Wesley says my stream was 3 minutes behind. Mr. Miles says, Vile might be careful though. Make sure you get a USB version of the 7000. Other versions require extra gear. So make sure it's the USB version. And John DeMarco says, imagine, if you will, a world ruled by bird. So yeah, guys, we're going to call it a night here. Let me work on this, and I don't know what, we'll figure out something for tomorrow. Anti-Trekker says there will not be a morning Anti-Trekker stream tomorrow, but he will stream sometime tomorrow afternoon. So have a good night, Qapla, and from time to time I do go to the Space Engineers chat on Anti-Trekker's Discord if I need people's help or anything. So if I make any headway, that will be the first place you'll hear about it. Aaron Matthew, now he wants to binge The Outer Limits. Kronos is Qapla, Bird of Prey, Mama Prey, Minions of Prey, and Sassy O Prey. John DeMarco says good night, everyone. Wesley says Bird of Prey in LA. The only star we see are movie stars. Now, Aaron Matthews says have a good night, Bird of Prey and all. And Hector says Alpaca Qapla. Alpaca Qapla. Alpaca Qapla. I don't know. Miss Mouse says Wesley, you can still see a few stars on a clear night. Mama prays waving. Good night, everyone. Take care. Thank you all for watching my video. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. Check out BirdoPrey5.com, the new home of everything BirdoPrey5 on the web. You can also check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. If you'd like to make a donation, check out paypal.me/BirdoPrey5 or on BirdoPrey5.com. New York has more light pollution for sure. LA is actually a lot more spread out.